Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work. Let's get open for business here. Let's wake up the football gods. Wake up here, guys. Wake up here. Here we are on Tuesday. Um, I'm hoping that people will follow my lead when I say, keep your ass at home. If you can stay home, please, by all means, keep your ass at home till we get through this. We keep thinking it's not going to be me. I'm not going to be the one. And if I do, I'm young enough that I don't have to worry about it. Don't have that attitude. Understand that everything that each and every one of us not only affects you, it affects me, it affects Jed, it affects Miss Jackie, it affects all of us as a community. And if we want to get through this thing sooner than later, the best way is for people not to get this. So what you can do, listen, I got a lot of videos out there. I put out quite a few all day. And here's the thing, because YouTube has this thing that they only give you 3 notifications a day. Just keep checking back because you know I'm putting content out. Listen, this is a great time if you're home to do some work on you. Okay? Like clean your house. Clean your damn house. Your room, you can redo your room. You can Netflix and chill. You can try and do some cooking. You can go through your cabinets and start looking and saying, what do I have here that I can use? You can do some honeydew projects around the house. You can start spring cleaning your garage. There's tons of work that you can do to be productive. Tons. Take advantage of it. I'm trying to get my house in order here. I'm trying to keep busy working in my workshop. I'm getting out shot glasses to you channel members. I'm trying to work on my channel, my look and things like that. So that way it'll be better. Because once this thing's passed, we all gonna have a lot of work to do and there won't be any free time. But thank goodness for the NFL for still conducting business so we have something to talk about. And I think we need distractions more than anything else. And by God, the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys are a soap opera. So we had news yesterday, of course, Travis Frederick leaving the team, retiring. Shout out to Travis Frederick. You cannot replace a Travis Frederick. Not easily. You can put a guy in there that can play and be competent, but it won't be Travis Frederick. We when this whole thing happened yesterday, it was kind of a shock, and I came down here because I was not ready to do a full live stream, and I didn't want to do it from my cell phone. I like my studio set up where I've got the multiple computers and I can put a picture up and things like that. But it wasn't ready. Um, it's funny because as I was going through yesterday and doing our live stream, um, I was trying to figure out the financial end of this. Okay, what I remember seeing. Let me see if I can find it. Um, in fact, it was funny because I tried to verify it last night. I sent actually um, a message to Mike Fisher asking my question to see if he knew an answer for it or sure or not. No, I don't see it. But what somebody had said is because if we go through the salary cap up here, okay, Travis Frederick is his base salary is $7 million. The prorated money is which is a bonus and guaranteed money is 4.975. So his cap number is 11.975. Okay, so the dead money on his contract is 11,040,000 dollars. And so if he's by retiring, what somebody reported was, man, that's an $11 million cap hit, and we basically saved 935,000, basically $1 million. But I was sitting here thinking in my mind, and I think I said this during my live stream. I said, however, I'm not sure if they can or cannot designate his retirement a June 1st. June 1st. And that's where I sent Mike. Mike, you let me down, man. I asked you that question last night. You didn't come back to me, Mike. Mike, I thought it was your dog. Um, but if it's a post June 1st cut, that changes everything altogether. Because what that means is, that means it's 4.97 for this year's dead money, and you have a cap saving of $7 million. That's a big difference. That's an additional 600. I'm sorry, 6,700,000. Almost $7 million. Difference. Excuse me, 6 million. You got me. It's an additional $6 million of money to be able to use on somebody else. So there may be a center that you might decide, okay, let's see if we can get somebody else, or you may draft somebody. But I wasn't sure yesterday on the live stream. I talked about it, and I wanted to be sure what I put out there was factors or not, because I was looking at it totally differently. Because if that's the case, if that's the case, as we sit here this morning, the Dallas Cowboys have 24 million. I'm sorry, $24.1 million of cap space. If that is correct, what I just said, now they actually have $31 million. On top of that, if they ever decide to get Dak Prescott's deal done, his cap number, which is currently right now the third highest in the NFL. Let me say that again. Dak Prescott's cap number, because he is franchise tagged as a quarterback, is the third highest in the NFL. You don't want to have high cap numbers. You don't. You don't. So if they get his long-term deal, just like we looked at Travis Frederick, where it is his base salary and then a signing bonus, you can make Dak Prescott's base salary, $1 million the first year, and it's basically the proration is what you're paying plus that one. You can make his cap number about 22. So what that means is, if you do that, the Dallas Cowboys have the 31 with the money from Travis Frederick, and then you get another, let's say, $8 million, we'll say on the conservative side, for Dak Prescott. Then that means you have still $39 million of money that you can still use as free agency. Now here's the real kicker here. Here's the real kicker. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to use all that money. That money is going to roll over to next year. A lot of that. I'm sure they're going to still be, if they get Poe, I think that'll be a $6-7 million deal, somewhere in that range, or Snacks Harrison, one of those guys. That still leaves you with like 31, 32, $33 million. I don't see anybody out there that you're going to look and say, we got to get that guy. I don't. Unless, as a free agent, the only real big name expensive one out there, unless you're talking about quarterbacks, would be Clowney. And Clowney wants too damn much money. I would be shocked if anybody paid him what he's looking for. And I don't see the Cowboys signing a Jameis Winston or an Andy Dalton or anything like that to be backup quarterbacks, because, again, that's too much money as well. So the Cowboys are still flush with cash. Now, what I could see them doing is maybe making a trade for a player, and they say, this is a player that will be a difference maker. But make no mistake about it, we're going to have to either draft, probably in the second or third round, a center, or we're going to need to sign another veteran possibly. You have Connor McGovern, who is guard center, but he had an injury last year and basically redshirted his old rookie year. I'm not sure you're ready to go ahead and make him the center. Joe Looney, which I think can be our starter, has been our starter before, has had some really good games and had some ones where he got dominated. But I think being a veteran, that he may be our best option for as far as that goes. But I still think that you may look at saying, okay, we may need to draft another offensive lineman in the top 3. Just saying. Not in the first round. Not in the first. Although, if you sign Poe, if you can get Randy Gregory back and you know that he hasn't lost much, if you believe Tyrone Crawford can still help you, you have an Antoine Woods, you got a Gerald McCoy, that takes some of the pressure off of the need on defensive line. You got Ha as a safety, and I think that's an improvement over Jeff Heath. You're still lacking now at cornerback, offensive line, and a slot receiver. It's conceivable that you go cornerback, offensive line, wide receiver. Could be. Because those are areas that you end up filling the needs in. But you still look at it as the best player at those positions first. And throw in defensive line as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Those are some of the ways that we can fill the void. At least there's cap relief if they want to. Now, the other caveat on that, though, is if he's designated, basically what that means is some of that cap hit is this year, some of that cap hit is next year. You can go through and take it all this year and suffer all the pain, or you can kick it down the road. We ended up doing that with Tony Romo's because we owed him, I want to say $20 million or $21 million, and they took 11 one year and 9 the second year. So there's a couple of different tools that the Dallas Cowboys have that they can use to try and replace Travis Frederick. So that's where we are right now. People, keep your ass at home. If you don't need to go out, don't. If you're going to go out, keep your distance. Get what you need and get back. I made a couple of moves out. I had to get some medication for my wife. She's got a bit of a cough and things, but it's not, we don't think it's corona or anything like that, but still had to get her some medications. Had to go to the store, grocery store, and pick up some food. And today I'm going to go ahead, I got a bunch of chickens. And we're going to do some Peruvian chickens out in my smoker. And I just have this feeling and need to do something to try and help others. I truly believe that this is the time that character comes into play. And that if we all can do something, even if it's a little something, to help someone else, that it's going to be big for everybody. There's going to be some pain in the future here. And I want to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. So I'm cooking a whole bunch of extra chickens today. I'm going to give them to some people that I know are maybe not great cooks. Maybe that might be a little short. Or people that I worry about going out and making sure that they have a good meal. And that's what I'm going to start doing. And I'm going to try and figure out other ways that I can be a positive to impact my community. And I hope you guys will do the same. Just make sure whatever you do, be safe. Don't take risks. And don't worry. Come hell or high water, as long as there's a breath in my mouth, I'm going to be here for you guys. I'll see you soon.